for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they sippin' pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up, had to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in the field. That's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Took the way you saw the world, then distorted it. Now you think you wanna rock that twirl somewhere orbiting. Theories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick. With a forceful grip, they force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it. They forging it. If news anchors informants who informing them there's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this reporting ships important gifts. Of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informing this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they sippin' pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field. That's for Israel. Wonder is it real?
Oh, what's up, guys? Let's see if DLive is working tonight. Hopefully it is.
Waterloo, though.
Shut up.
Oh, what's up?
Yeah. All right, we're going DLive. What's up, everybody in DLive? Brad, what's up? Mr. Anderson, what's up? Thanks for the lemon and ice cream. Yummy. All right. So, oh, yeah. Oh, that was so funny. All right. New World Order 2.0. A lot of people, I would consider this to be a die-woke position. They're like, we're already in the New World Order, Austin. Not quite. Not quite. We kind of, right? Like, they got the whole world to shut down like that all at the same time. They're collapsing everyone's economy at the same time. Yeah, that's true, but nothing compared to what the actual New World Order is. And is it new? Right? So that preface of a descriptor of new was intentionally put there so you would overlook what we're going to talk about tonight. So, of course, we have the infamous Nimrod. Right? So, 1/3 God, 2/3 human. The man of many names. This is a discovery that was made, and many people say, oh, the Tower of Babel, it's just a fairy tale. Oh, you're right. Yeah, just every ancient civilization wrote about it, and they're probably all just making stuff up. So this is an actual artifact that was found, and of course they've outlined it. This is Nimrod, and this is the Tower of Babel. Another ancient depiction of Nimrod, giant dude just holding a lion. Like, wow, just holding the line, no big deal there. So, this is who the Grabblers revere, right? Like, it's the same thing with Solomon. I saw some comments on the stream about the mark, right? It's like, oh, that's still the mark is long before Solomon. Yeah, I said that in the stream, bro. Like, so listen. The point is that it's the prominent character in modern history that's attributed to the seal. It's the seal of Solomon. Now they call it the Star of David. It has nothing to do with David. It has to do in modern history with Solomon. And again, this predates him. You know, way before him. This tracks all the way back to the antediluvian era. That just means pre-flood. That's what all of this is about. All of the esoteric belief systems, the Gnostic beliefs, they're all about the pre-flood era, right? So Atlantis was a pre-flood civilization, and they were revered as the sun gods, et cetera, et cetera. So this all ties in, and there has already been a world order, right? And this was under Nimrod, the man of many names. So we have been conditioned right in front of our face to ignore that they're trying to bring this about. No one knows what's going on. I covered a bit that the inauguration speech, right? This is a rise of Osiris ritual, right? And that's why they do it in front of the Washington Monument, which is a phallus symbol, 6,660 inches, 666 inches, right, wide. So they're doing it right in front of you, right? So ironically, the people they've convinced that religion is stupid, and which religion is stupid, with built upon the doctrine of men. But these are some of the most religious zealots that you'll ever meet in your life, and they're the very ones that have set up the system so that you run around saying that believing in God is stupid. And what do you think, that there's some guy up there in the clouds? And they think you're stupid because they know it's not even an intellectually viable option to be an atheist, which is a positive, definitive claim that there is no God, which is retarded. So anyway, most people have seen this before, but we'll just check it out. I'm sure most of you know this already, but Tower of Babel, 666, boom, coming through. The tower goes through the firmament. All right, let's go back over here. All right, this is the Tower of Babel. That's what this is all about, okay? And, of course, there's 3 6s in Walt Disney. Now, if you don't already know how corrupt Disney is, I mean, you're way behind, bro. Come on, get real. Here you go. This is the firmament, and they want to penetrate the firmament. That was actually the very objective of the Tower of Babel in the first place, right? So this is a little clip that's brainwashed the generations of youth for decades, and it's literally shouting out Nimrod and how they want to go back to penetrating the firmament. That's what this is. Tower of Babel, 666, mark of man, firmament. You want to go through the top of the firmament. Most of you already know that, but I guess some people don't. So let's just get this out of here. All right, so that's what that's all about. Now, they want to bring about the second reign of Nimrod. So many of you know, I'm just going to talk to you guys like you're already kind of woke. If you're not, I really don't know why you're here. You're probably time that you leave. Let me check. Yeah, it's time that you leave, because this is not the saloon for you, right? So if you start spamming the chat, just kick out the gammas. We don't got time. We're trying to ladle gravy. So 9/11. This is while we're going on DLive. I encourage everyone to go follow me over there, because there's only so much I can tiptoe around things. So 9/11. Psychological operation. Were there even planes? I don't think so, because planes don't, the nose of a plane doesn't go through a building. But again, they did this on this date, 9/11, because that's when Yeshua was born. So all you people that think Yeshua is stupid, well, the people that run the world know about him, and they actually create entire psychological operations and false flags around that. So anyway, what really happened? There was a group of Mossad agents found, right? Here we go with the lights. They're known as dancing Israelis. And that is the name given to the people that were seen celebrating whenever the towers got hit. And they were seen there disguised in a moving van. This is all declassified, okay? And they're taking pictures with lighters above the buildings before they get hit. And then when it got hit, they're all celebrating. All kinds of cigarette butts all around there. They were sitting there for a long time. They knew it was supposed to happen. Now, they had set up the scapegoat, which that goes back to Azazel, which is the fallen angel. It's a whole nother thing of gravy, but that's where you get the term scapegoat, because there was a special goat sacrificed for Azazel, which is one of the leader of the Watchers that came down and deceived. That's a whole different side pot of gravy there. But so they knew it was happening, and they had a scapegoat set up. So they called in fake calls to 9/11. And they're like, I saw someone leaving the scene and they looked like Pakistani or whatever. Like, yeah, because you can look in a van from really far away and be like, that guy's from Pakistan. So they set it up, right? But they didn't expect for there to be another witness that actually saw the dancing Israelis, the Mossad agents, celebrating. And they called in. And they said, there are these people that are in a moving van. They're all wearing like costumes of moving. They started celebrating and cheering whenever the towers got hit. When the towers were on fire, they were all celebrating it. So they got taken in. They refused to take polygraph tests. They were found with hundreds of thousands of dollars of cash on them. And they all had plane tickets to different locations around the world. So they were all going to take off around the world. This is all declassified through the Freedom of Information Act. So you should go research it before you act. This is a conspiracy theory, which it is. They conspired and whatever. So again, Mossad agents caught with hundreds of thousands of dollars, celebrating at the time of 9/11, refused to take polygraph tests, all had plane tickets to go all around the world. And all of their stories contradicted. Now, normally in this scenario, with the biggest domestic attack in modern history on American soil, you probably wouldn't just let the number one suspects leave. But, apparently when you come from a certain state, you get special treatment. So what did we do? We just sent them back. We just sent them back to Israel. They didn't have to stand trial. There was no due process, none of that. They were just allowed to leave. That checks out. Nothing to see here, guys. Just keep it pushing. So, dancing Israelis, right? And then we got intel, supposedly, that there were weapons of mass destruction. And a passport flew out of fire, landed on the ground, just happened to be the actual terrorist, right? Where paper came out of fire. So the fire was so strong it burnt still, but paper could come out of it. And it landed on the ground. They found it, ground zero, basically unscathed. And it just happened to be, how did they know that that was a terrorist? What if it was just another person that was on the plane? Like they had darker skin. They must have been a terrorist. And they were ready to go fight and attack that very day. Right? Within 24 hours, all the news stations were like, we know who the terrorist is. We got to go get them. We supposedly get weapons of mass destruction intel. Guess where that came from? Well, it came from Israel. And so then we go over there and we fight this ideological war, the war on terror. How could that war ever end? That's an ideal. So that's stupid. But everyone gets, in their emotions. Emotions override logic, right? We know this by the study of different genders. So they get everyone in an emotional state to override their logical deduction. America, we got to go get the bad guys. They all speak Arabic, right? And everybody that speaks Arabic's bad. And so we go fight the war that benefited Israel geopolitically, did not benefit us, right? Our friends died for this. And the only people that benefited was that state. You mean the state that had their Mossad intel group on the scene, right? And then the same group of people that were just sent away and then gave us the weapons of mass destruction intel. All that just to build up to this. Why did we really go over there? What was really going on? Well, then we go to Afghanistan, right? Around 2003, I think. So they say they found a tomb of Gilgamesh. They claim to have found it, right? Now, Gilgamesh is the same guy as Nimrod. It's the man of many names. Okay, so archaeologists in Iraq believe they may have found the lost tomb of King Gilgamesh, right? So the Epic of Gilgamesh, written by the Middle Eastern scholar 2,500 years before the birth of Yeshua, commiserated the life of the ruler in the city of Uruk, from which Iraq gets its name. Now, a German-led expedition has discovered, can't even read it, doesn't matter. They found a tomb in the desert, and they claim that it was the tomb of Gilgamesh that they've been looking for a long time. This is why we had to stay over there. This is why we had such a concentrated effort on it, right? Because this is like their deity, okay? They want to bring about the second reign of Nimrod. So let's move on. Screen share over here. Boom. I'll get there. Sorry. All right. So the man of many names. Here are the names of Gilgamesh, which is Nimrod. Okay, so Nimrod's the most infamous name. Gilgamesh, Bel, which of course Lord directly translates to Bel. So when people say, dear Lord, What are you saying? Again, God supersedes semantics. He knows your heart. Obviously, it's God. He's clearly way stronger and more powerful than the little grabblers. But the point is, this is a literal translation of Lord. Okay. So yeah, they don't care if you say Christ. They don't care if you say Lord. And they don't care if you say God, because God is the abbreviation for Gadriel, which is actually the serpent that deceived Eve. Okay. Melkart, Adonis, Eshmun, Dumuzi, whatever. Dionys. I don't know how to pronounce these. Y'all are going to have to bear with me. Bacchus, don't care. Orion, Mithra, Apollo, Ra, Tammuz, and Osiris. These are all the same guy. Now, this is because they built the tower. You see this little creepy the first secret king right here, right? Special boy. So they build the tower. God's like, the whole entire idea is they wanted to build the tower to get to the heavens and take over the heavens once they penetrate the firmament. God's like, no. They started getting real high. In fact, the legends are that if someone fell off while they were building it, they didn't care. Someone died, whatever. But if they dropped a stone from up there, which took a while to get up there, and they dropped the stone and it broke, they mourned it. Not the people, but the stones, because they wanted to build. This is the first world order. So when God stops them, breaks them up, they get broken up into different languages. And that's where you get all these names from, right? All these are just the groups that were broken up, telling you the story of the same guy, okay? Now, a lot of these names may look very familiar to you, like that one, certainly this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, okay? So let's just get into this one. Now, we supposedly, I got a question for some of you people, right? Some of you people that claim to be a Christian, but think the earth's a globe. So you think that God was so upset that they tried to build a tower to get into the heavens through the firmament, but he doesn't care that people are going to space, this supposed space. You're holding contradictory worldviews. That means that you're under a spell and you're tricking yourself, which means you're going to get the repercussions for it because you're casting the spell on yourself. And that's just the way it is. Yeah, because how can you hold those two contradictory positions at the same time? Like God stopped them from building a tower, but doesn't care if they shoot rockets up there. Now, what does a rocket look like? It looks oddly similar to a phallic symbol. It also looks oddly similar to a tower. Okay, and again, that's where you get the little Disney thing. So this is where it gets pretty interesting. Sorry, I got to give me a second. I got to go find this video. But what were the missions called that went to the moon? They were called the Apollo missions, right? And of course, what are all the name of the supposed planets? They're all named after deities, except for the Earth. Probably a coincidence. Enoch tells you there were 7 rebellious angels. Well, how many planets are there other than Earth? 7. These are the rebellious angels. They didn't go with their path. Okay. Here we go. This is creepy, bro. This is super creepy. So again, Apollo missions. We just covered that Apollo is just another name for Nimrod. So they say they went to the moon, which means that they went past the firmament. You can't go past the firmament. Obviously, it's a firmament. Okay. And it's probably like 60 miles up or so. You can't go past that, guys. I'm sorry. You can't. But just like always, nothing new under the sun. These little special boys, they're like, oh, God put us in this ant farm, but Lucifer wants to help us get out. Lucifer is the good guy. And so they're obsessed with trying to penetrate the firmament. You cannot penetrate the firmament. Nimrod was 1/3 God, supposedly, which he's just a demigod, right? Lowercase g. Okay. And he couldn't even do it with the help of the entire world. But you think that they started doing it in 1969 and then they named it after Nimrod? Guys, the first time they went up into space, supposedly, onto the moon, they named that mission after Nimrod, the guy that was the original one who tried to go to space. That's probably just a coincidence, okay? So on the 50th anniversary of the Apollo missions, NASA does this little ritual where they celebrate it. And where better to celebrate the Apollo missions than by projecting something onto the Washington Monument that is a phallus symbol, which again comes from the story of Osiris being dismembered into 13 body parts, but they couldn't find his penis. And so she made a gold one and impregnated herself. And they're worshiping Nimrod's male anatomy. Okay. So yeah, they're really weirdos. But then again, did you have to be told they're weirdos when they go around like wearing costumes and they play dress up in the dark? Like, did you have to be told that they're weirdos? But anyway, they literally worship the male anatomy of Nimrod. That's what the Washington Monument represents. That's what all the phallus symbols represent. So let's just check it out. What is that? What are all of these engravings? These look oddly similar to Egyptian engravings, don't they? This is just a coincidence. This has nothing to do with Egypt, by the way, guys. This is supposedly celebrating man's huge leap of technology where we landed on the moon. But yet we have to do it on the phallus symbol called Apollo, and we have to put Egyptian engravings to start it off. But let's carry on, I digress. Look how creepy that. What is that? What does that have to do with the moon landing? This is a ritual, guys. Oh, we got to get to the stars. To give you a little background, if you don't already know, surely I'm going to get copyrighted on that, but there's no telling. I'll just keep pausing it. But just in case you didn't know, so the whole idea was there were 3 groups of people that were building the tower that were going to go take over heaven. They had their different jobs they were going to carry out once they got up there. There's actually an Arabic story from back in the day that says the way that Gilgamesh tricked everyone, the way that Nimrod tricked everyone, was he shot a giant arrow into the sky. Then when he went and retrieved the arrow and brought it back, he had blood on it. So the idea being that he shot the arrow up through the firmament, hit God, and killed him, and then God bled. That's how stupid these people were. They worshipped him so much, they believed that everything he said was true, and he showed them some arrows with blood on it, right? Because this story it extends through all the geographical representations of what happened back then. And they told you it was just a mythos, but they consider it to be literal. Again, this is the difference in esoteric and exoteric. So just so you understand, that's the whole story, okay? And so they want to try this again, right? Because Nimrod's a special boy. It's just the spirit that inhabited Nimrod. He wasn't always this big. He wasn't always revered as 1/3 God, right? Something happened according to the scriptures also, and every other story that made him like this, okay? Well, he was encompassed with the spirit, the Luciferian spirit of enlightenment. And this is what happens whenever the Antichrist or the Moshiach, the other political figure that's considered to be a world leader, that's how it happens, right? He appears to suffer a mortal head wound. Now, people think that means we're going to see Donald Trump or Obama get shot in the head and then he's going to come back to life. But one of the scriptures that were removed tells you that Nimrod was beheaded, okay? So he suffered a mortal head wound. He was literally beheaded, okay? But when he comes back, he will arise from a mortal head wound. This is similar to how people are looking out for 2 figures and they think the false prophet's coming. But many people speculate the false prophet was Muhammad that came 600 years after Yeshua, right? And he claims to be the last final prophet. If people spiral, I don't care. Once again, it's probably time that you leave. All right, so let's get back. Again, they're so obsessed with the stars. They know that they're angels. So there you go. They want to go over there and take them over. They want to be gods. That's why people are in these little groups. They're promised immortality and that they'll get to become gods. Oh, building the tower. Build the tower up to the top. Okay. Oh, a phallic symbol. On the phallic symbol. This is a ritual, guys. If you don't have an eerie feeling right now, I encourage you to start praying about getting close to God. Piecing together the phallic symbol. There you go. See the top of it? Does this resemble anything? Like, oh, I don't know, the top of the tower I showed you for Disney? Okay. Oh, we're the weirdos, though, because we know the Earth's flat. They're doing this in front of everybody. It's called the Apollo mission. What's Apollo's mission? Again, the same thing it's always been, to go take over heaven and become God himself. All right. Blah, 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 blah. Oh. Now, what does melanatomy do? What does melanatomy do? That's probably just a coincidence. Yay! Yay! We're worshiping a deity known as Nimrod that wants to kill you and hate you. Yay! Pretty convenient time for the sirens to go off, huh? And this is literally on the phallus symbol. How do people not see this? It's called Apollo's mission. All right, then it takes off. This is when they act. Oh, they're going to go penetrate the firmament. Penetrate the firmament. Yeah, it's kind of dark. I mean, it's kind of disgusting, I would say. Look at the little squirt boys probably stalking the channel. They're just squirting everywhere right now. Must be nice. Letting us know rockets are phallic fertility rituals. Exactly. Exactly. Everything's hidden in plain sight, bro. Now, what is this? Oh. Again, remember, he was dismembered into 13 pieces. How many colonies were here whenever America was founded? Oh, 13. I mean, there's not much more that happens, to be honest. Oh, there's the fake little globe Earth. Like, what is that? Who wrote this script? This is boring. Because the script is about a ritual. It has nothing to do with, like, oh, we sent people up to the moon where they defied physics. Go back to the transition. I mean, if y'all are patient, we can watch the whole thing for all I care. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all want to watch the whole thing. I mean, there's still 10 minutes left, but I'm down. All right, chat says they're down. I mean, it doesn't even really look a curve right there, to be honest. It's filling up. Oh, it's filling up. Look at the squirt boys. They're probably just exploding right now. I'm a boomer. We went to the moon. America. What have you done, millennials? We got the circle going around the base. Also Masonic and esoteric in nature. Oh, show them a cartoon. I wonder why the wind's blowing right now. What's the source of wind? I can't imagine why the wind would be blowing so hard right now. Is this symbolic that they take away the lie of the globe? I don't know. I mean, Nimrod's not going to come tell you the Earth's a globe, by the way. Did Stanley Kubrick also direct this one? That's pretty funny. The moon. Very dark occultic practices regarding the moon, of course. And you can't... Yeah, the wind started blowing really hard, didn't it, guys? Yeah, let's move on a little bit. I mean, how could they copyright this anyway? This was like a public showing. Oh, what was the name of the lunar module? Lim. Once again, what was JFK's boyfriend's name? Allegedly, Lim. Who told us we were going to the moon? JFK. Look how boring and stupid this is. There are like little NASA fanboys that like think this is cool, I guess. I don't know. This is so boring, dude. I'm sorry, guys. I can't sit here anymore. It's just stupid. If you don't get an eerie feeling right now, again, I encourage you to maybe read your Bible. It's kind of like if you can just walk through the Vatican unscathed, you might need to get your spirit right with God. See, the reason that this is so boring is they didn't do this for entertainment purposes. This is a ritual, dude. This is where people are sworn in to lead America, which was founded with 13 colonies. This is so gay. Oh, this looks real, dude. This must mean, oh, we went to the moon, confirmed. Oh, is the seed about to land? 50th year anniversary. Well, that was last year. Is the seed landed? You're celebrating an occultic ritual of the rise of Osiris. That's what you're celebrating, guys. And you see how I wonder how the whole world's going to fall for it. Because 50 years later, people still think we landed on the moon. This is so boring. I'm sorry, guys. I tried. Oh, look at that. Yeah, this is representing a very, very big footstep. That's what this is symbolic of, in my opinion. Which would be Nimrod finally reemerging, stepping foot on the earth. Someone asked who filmed that. Oh, don't go somewhere else with that logic, bro. That's literally, this is all symbolic of the reemergence of Apollo. Moving on. This is so boring, bro. Why are they obsessed with the moon? I don't know. Is that showing some semblance of the archangel that's over the persecution and punishment of the rebellious luminaries? I don't know. What are comets? What are meteor showers? Are they electrical discharges? Are the comets actually luminaries being punished? I don't know. It's just real dark everywhere. This is just so creepy, dude. Sorry, I can't watch it anymore. Oh, here we go. I wonder what it's going to look like when the stars come down. Of course, Revelation tells us, oh. What does that represent? The fallen stars. People still actually think this is real. That this really happened. That people really went to a medium that defies physics. Landing in the water. What happens whenever you give birth? Your water breaks. This is all about the reemergence and rebirth of Nimrod. Okay. I think we broke that spell pretty good. Again, I'm going to go back to the beginning here. Look how this is how it starts. Look how creepy this is. What is that? What is that? Oh, hey, does that look familiar to anybody? What is that? Does anyone speak that language in America during this Apollo mission that's in Washington, D.C.? Does anyone know what that means? No, of course not, because this is about an ancient language that predated the breaking up of languages. They want to bring everyone under one language, one religion, one belief system, one world order, right? That's what this is all about. If no one thinks that is creepy, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, that's enough. Oh, dang, I might not have been letting y'all see that. Sorry. It'll be okay. So, anyway, there you go. Let's just move on. Move, share screen. Oh, actually, I forgot to do this. Someone sent me $5. I'll thank them. Alex, thank you for $5 on Cash App. Much appreciated. Also, trying to have someone else help me set up a PayPal. PayPal and Venmo both kicked me off as soon as I started making a YouTube channel. Because Flat Earth is so stupid that, huge companies, big tech companies have to censor us and not let us use their money exchange platforms. Like, as soon as I had a YouTube channel, my PayPal and my Venmo were revoked. But anyway, Whitsitt at Proton Mail. If you send money to that PayPal, I'll be able to get it. One of my homies hooked me up with access. And that way, at least if you send money, it doesn't get grabbled, and you can send personalized messages I can read on the stream. That way, we're trying to buck the system. See how that works. All right, let's screen share over here. All right, let's check this out. So, to understand, of course, I told you all Yeshua was actually born on 9/11. Now, I'm going to do a whole Christmas stream. It's going to kind of cover into some of that, but anyway. To understand the history of the child God, we have to begin with Genesis 10:8-10. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord, wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord, and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel and Erech and Akkad and Calneh in the land of Shinar. Now, every single civilization that wrote about Nimrod or Gilgamesh or whatever they called him, they all referred to him as the mighty hunter. Now, many people, they don't fully understand what this means, but one of the reasons they revered this guy and they worshiped this guy is because he would allow them to come out of the wilderness. They'd come into a certain area that was protected, and him being the mighty hunter would fight off any threat that came. They knew that he would keep them safe, okay? He was known as the mighty hunter all around the world. This isn't just in the Bible. This is all around the world. Moving on. The Bible does not identify Nimrod's mother or his date of birth. But Egyptian and Babylonian antiquities identify his mother as Semiramis. Don't know how to say it. And his birthday is celebrated on the 25th of December. Is that a familiar date to anybody? Sometimes Semiramis, I don't know how to say it, is referred to as the mother of Nimrod and sometimes as his wife, leading to the belief that Nimrod married his mother. That's gross, bro. That's gross. Anyway, the biblical reference to Nimrod as a mighty hunter is important because he was seen as the savior of the ancient world. For that very reason, people were living in small, scattered villages with little protection from wild animals. Nimrod was more than just a hunter. He was also a charismatic figure who could gather people together to build walled cities where they could live in safety. Does this sound familiar to the prediction of the end, where in which there's a charismatic leader who actually introduces this one world order 2.0 under the promise of peace and prosperity? Okay. They were obedient to him as their leader and considered that their loss of independence was a price worth paying for the safety that Nimrod and his kingdom offered. There's nothing in the Bible about the death of Nimrod. You mean nothing in the canon that was grabbled and only gave us 66 books. But the ancient tradition suggests that he died a violent death. One tradition says that he was killed by a wild animal. That's not what happened. Another says that Shem killed him because he had led the people into the worship of Bel, which is, again, the direct translation for Lord. So one of the books that were removed from the scriptures lets you know he was beheaded. Okay. He was killed and beheaded, right? And this is because he wasn't completely human. And so they could take no chances. They're going to have to chop this guy up, bro. He's like, is he going to come back? He was beheaded. Again, the Antichrist suffers a mortal headwind and then comes back. It's Nimrod. It's Nimrod. This will be the New World Order 2.0. That's what this is. And you people that go around defending the government, taking away all of our rights, shutting us all down, crippling small businesses, crippling ability for sustainability, right? Like they told everyone you can't go make money or provide for your family. And then they got everyone dependent on unemployment. And then they ripped the unemployment out from everyone and just left them hanging for months as they argue amongst each other, just having some political pride. While even when they don't have to go to work, they still get their salaries. They've completely screwed us over. And we have people going around and defending the totalitarian measurements of the government because we should be scared of air. Because air is now going to kill us, right? So you are actually justifying the foundation that will lead in the New World Order 2.0, and none of you people know what you're doing. None of it. And they let you know in little grabbler literature, there will be no atheist in the end. No, none. There will be no atheist in the end. But the Luciferian doctrine will be brought out into the open. That's why you cannot be an atheist and be a Mason. And then like all the way up to 30 degrees, they don't tell you. They let you think if you want to, you're worshiping the God of Abraham. They don't let you know what's up. And I know this for a fact. For a fact. Okay. So, but then they end up telling you that it's Lucifer. Lucifer is the deity. Okay. But people, so these small people, right, they don't know anything about what's going on. And that's how you do it. You have 99% of people in the Brotherhood not knowing what's going on. I've talked to these people personally. So anybody want to try to argue with me literally means nothing. It means nothing. So y'all can keep it pushing. Okay. Egyptians, Romans, and whoever these supposed people were. And of course, the Romans were revered as some innovative, civilization according to, modern historic representations. But of course, they were just great destroyers. Anyway, after the decline of Babylon, the religion was transported to Egypt. Now, why have I read and held in my own hand a copy of a Masonic Bible that has tons of Egyptian mythos in it? And that's where Osiris is, or Osiris and Isis. All of this stems from Babylon. All it is a representation or recollection of the history of Nimrod. That's all it is. Where they worshipped Isis and her husband Osiris, who was mysteriously able to give the seed of procreation even after death. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? So that the child god Horus was born. The mother and child deities appear again in pagan Rome as Fortuna and Jupiter, and in Greece as, I'm tired of these names, the Great Mother with the babe at her breast, or as Irene, the goddess of peace, with the boy Plutus in her arms. Again, just numerous names for the same figures because God broke up the languages because he had to, so they couldn't communicate with each other to build the tower. The myths of death and rebirth have always been associated with the cycle of agricultural seasons, but this is a lie. In Egypt, it was the inundation of the Nile, but elsewhere in the northern hemisphere, which constitutes, what is a hemisphere? Which constitutes most of the Earth's landmass. It was about the death and the rebirth of the sun. Now, this is like what Sci Guy tries to say, right? Like, no. There's literally a deity being worshipped on December 25th, and that's why they start. I told y'all this last stream. That's why you start with December 14th. They go and they cast their electoral votes, and then the whole process extends for months, right? Like 2 months and more, all the way, well, really just like a month and a half, all the way into January 9th and January 20th. This is because they start the ritual where they cast the electoral votes, basically casting the compliance, the complicit nature, the agreement of the people in this country. They picked to spearhead the New World Order, right? Which is why we have 13 colonies again, because he was dismembered into 13 pieces. And it extends through the holiday season, the holiday seasons, Christmas, because that's where they revere Nimrod. So this is an entire Osiris or Nimrod or Gilgamesh ritual. And that's why it extends for so long. It goes through December 25th. Anyway. Which constitute most of the Earth's landmass. It was about the death and rebirth of the sun. The winter solstice used to be on December 25th. And this is interesting, right? Because we have the winter solstice and the solar minimum this year. And people have always held a festival at that time because they knew the days would start to get longer. We'll cover some of this in the next one when we talk about Christmas. Is also a violation of Jeremiah 10. This is talking about the Christmas tree. I'm not going to read that yet. We'll talk about that in the next stream or then one of the next ones. Here you go. Why did the gods have their birthdays on the 25th of December? It might have had something to do with the length of the antediluvian year, which can be calculated from the story of the flood as follows, because our current calendar is wrong. I've had someone request I do a stream on that, so I will go in depth about why our calendar is wrong here soon also. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, in the same day where all the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened, and the waters prevailed upon the earth 150 days, and the waters returned from off the earth continually, and after the end of the 150 days, the waters were abated, and the ark rested in the 7th month, and on the 17th day of the month upon the mountains of Ararat, whatever. I'm terrible with pronouncing these names, as you can tell. So they had a calendar in which 5 months takes up 150 days, so it appears they had 30 days in each month. If this was the same for 12 months, they would have 360 days a year, which is 5.25 days shorter than the year we have the day. If there's any reason to believe the length of the year might have changed during the flood, yes, there might be, because Noah needed reassurance that the seasons would continue. Moving on, in a normal year, 359 Christmas Day, 360 Boxing Day, because they used to go and give the poor boxes of gifts. That's where this all started to intertwine. I don't want to get too much into the Christmas thing because I don't want to take away from the gravy I put together for you guys. So the Egyptians were not concerned about summer and winter as we are. They were more concerned with the inundations of the Nile on which their own agricultural seasons depended. However, for the purposes of calculating the birthday of their gods, it doesn't matter which calendar you use. You can transport the mythology from one culture to another, blah, 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 blah. All right, that's enough. So, yeah, anyway, there you go. So the whole thing that they're doing constantly is they're trying to actually, I want to show you all a different picture also. They're trying to bring about Nimrod's second reign. That's all it is. That's all it is. So you people don't know what's going on. You people don't know what you're defending when you're going around saying that the moon landing's real and that the Apollo missions. What's Apollo's mission? Like you don't know what you're doing. You're working for the adversary, and he hates you, bro. He hates you. You're a creation of the one true God. He hates you. He hates you. And he's going to make everyone worship him, right? And you're going to have to take his mark to coincide. I mean, that's what happened back then. And they were like, oh, well, as long as you keep us safe, then we're happy with our confinement and with our enslavement. Just keep us safe, Nimrod, the great hunter. So they start to get things kind of chaotic. They come in and promise peace and prosperity. Everyone gives away their rights. They welcome their enslavement because they want to be safe. It will all repeat. There's nothing new under the sun. So you people are literally defending the adversary, and you don't even know what you're doing. You're signing your own death warrant. And so maybe, just maybe, you people should get right with God. That's what I would say. All right, let me try to find this picture I want to show you. So, of course, we've heard all the fake stories about America, right? Christopher Columbus, which was nonsense. There were already many tribes, like many tribes here, right? And most of those tribes in North America, they had stories about the blonde-haired, red-haired, blue-eyed, green-eyed, giant people, taller people that they revered as gods. And so then they come over here, they found America, because we're bucking the system. Even though if you look into it closely, we still signed our allegiance to a king, right? But they just tell you that we bucked royalty. And then they come over, they found 13 colonies. So from the very beginning, the very inception of America, this was chosen to help spearhead and bring back the reign of Nimrod. It's all creepy little occultic, esoteric, Gnostic belief systems. That's the whole trick, guys. The whole trick is if you get brought into the group, you're in the know. And that's why they have to cast a lie about every single aspect of life. So many of these people are like, the conspiracy theorists just want to feel special. They want to think that they're in the know. They think that everything's a lie. Almost everything is a lie, bro. And they're laughing at you. They think that you're dumb. Okay? They think you're dumb. Especially those that don't have Rh negative blood. They think you're stupid. So when you go around and you say this stupid stuff, I really don't know what to even tell you guys. But all right, let me get this picture, which most of y'all probably have already heard about this too, I would hope. So they found America as their creepy little grabbler country. And I've said like 3 times now what the 13 thing is about. Oh, actually, I got some more gravy for you guys. This right here. Now, it says in one of the books that were removed that and it tells you, like the apocryphal text and some of the other extra-biblical scriptures that were removed, they were removed because they tell you about what's going on in the end. Right. Same with Enoch. You know what to expect. You know that they're coming back. You know the Watchers are coming back. The Watchers are all going to get together and help propagate the reign of Nimrod. Right. They're going to Lucifer, the leader, is going to put his spirit into another actual being that will then be a giant. Right. It's going to happen again. And it says in one of these books, it says a few things that are going to help you know who the Antichrist is. Right. So it tells you that he will actually take credit for moving the sun and the moon. Now you'll have no idea because you haven't read those scriptures because they were removed. So when some guy comes and he's real big and he claims to move the sun and the moon and he actually does, those things actually move, stupid people are going to run around and be like, this guy has to be a god or something because he was able to move the actual sun and the moon, right? Which of course would just decapitate the heliocentric model right there. I don't think that Nimrod comes back and tells you the Earth's a globe anyway. I think he comes back and takes credit for revealing the truth, right? But who knows? But anyway, one of the apocryphal texts or one of the extra biblical scriptures, they tell you that the Antichrist, right, that he will have his image well circulated and known throughout the entire earth before he comes back. Now, what image can you think of that has been well circulated through the entire earth? The false depiction of Jesus, right? Well, here we go, a statue in Brazil. These are all around the world. A very tall figure that they say looks like Jesus, but this is Nimrod. This has nothing to do with Yeshua. This is Nimrod. That's what that is. So take it or leave it. Let me leave this up for you for a second so you can take in the gravy. So let's see what else we got here. Now, he was dismembered into numerous body parts, right? So it appears that his body parts were scattered throughout the Middle East. And this is why America's been so obsessed with it. So here we go. Another tomb of Osiris. This is the same guy, right? Supposedly this tomb was founded in 1999. And here you go. Here's an actual picture of it. So that's pretty interesting, right? It shows you where they are in the pyramids. That's probably all just coincidence, guys. We should, chill out. No big deal. Nothing to see here. I'm going to read this for you guys also. And then let me get this other picture. All right, so this is Jasher, another book that was removed from you guys. Let me get this off the screen. All right. And all these people and all the families divided themselves in 3 parts. And first said, we will ascend into heaven and fight against him. The second said, we will ascend into heaven and place our own gods there and serve them. And the third part said, we will ascend to heaven and smite him with bows and spears. And God knew all their works and all their evil thoughts. And he saw the city and the tower which they were building. So this is the 3 groups of people, right? So Anyway, they come and they found America, and it's all along. See, this is how you know this is a spiritual war, right? Like, people can't put it together. When you're spiritually blind, you don't have eyes to see, then you don't understand that, like, the way that this extends beyond, like, all kinds of like different humans' lifespans, right? Like, how could they ever pull this off, right? And then people will say, well, they just keep it in the family, they pass it on. Well, that's true, but it's because there is something beyond the physical that is controlling this, okay? So they found America, right? And if you go read the literature of all the founding fathers, they're all creepy little Masonic grabblers, all of them, every single one of them. They hated God. They hate God, bro, okay? But they love their God, which is Gadriel. All of them, all of the founding fathers. And so, anyway, they found the 13 colonies. This is, of course, a shout out to Nimrod, right? The 13 body parts once again. And then what symbol, what icon do we have in America that supposedly is our icon of freedom? The Statue of Liberty, which is identical to the statue of Helios Christos, the so-called sun god worshipped by Constantine. That's probably just a coincidence. Now, this is clearly a tranny, okay? And clearly a Statue of Liberty is a dude. All right. And this is because, once again, this comes back to the mark and the sexagram, right? And because the top arrow is fire, the bottom's water, it's also male and female. And so it's the combination of duality, transmutation. That's how you reach peak enlightenment, right? So with the movie The Matrix, which I never even watched it, and people, I can't believe I've never watched it, but so Trinity's constantly trying to get Neo to accept his vulnerability and his more emotional feminine side, right? This is all because they think that once you reach peak enlightenment and alchemy of oneself, you will be able to combine the duality of gender, right? And so they flooded down people that are stupid, saying gender's fluid and all this nonsense, because they don't want you to know what they truly think, which is that if you can combine the two, that you can reach your state of godhood. Okay. And that's why every single time you see a depiction of Lucifer, right, it's always a transsexual. It's always like half female, half male, right? It's like a manly figure with tits or whatever, right? And so as above, so below. This represents the duality. Okay. And that's what this is. So that's what this is. So whenever the Matrix just shows you in plain sight, like, you're believing a lie. Most people want to take the blue pill. They want to stay in the Matrix. No one wants to take the red pill, but it's even deeper than that, right? They're showing you that you have to pursue godhood, peak enlightenment, and then combine the duality of even gender itself, right? And that's why it's always, Baphomet's always a tranny, always, throughout all history, right? And so then, of course, we have the Statue of Liberty, which is depicting this. And then the two main producers of The Matrix, what do they do after these movies are released? They turn transsexual. Okay, so this is actually their belief system, and this is all stemming back to Nimrod and Osiris, right? Because he's a god supposedly that transcends the physical confinement of the physical vessel, and he combines everything, and he was worshipped, right? But it's just very crazy. It's very crazy. The spirit of Lucifer represents the duality. It transcends the physical, right? But of course, Nimrod himself is this great manly hunter that goes and protects everybody. And this is seen throughout all of history. So very simply, and I don't want to overload you guys, but like, the New World Order will just be 2.0. It will be the second time that it's happened. Okay. And we found like actual archaeological evidence, and that's what always happens, right? Who is this? Who's this that's just holding a line in his hand? Like, who's this? Who'd they find here? Why did we go to war in the Middle East? Why did we find the country with 13 colonies and then boom, the Statue of Liberty has nothing to do with freedom? You guys think all this is a coincidence? Why do we have Disney World showing all the children that they're going to build a tower through the firmament? Why do we go to? Do you people think all this is a coincidence? That's what I want to know. Like, obviously the base people in my chat don't, but like the blue pill normie, like, you think this is all a coincidence? They're called Apollo missions. Apollo's mission was to break through to heaven. He broke his army into 3 parts, and they were going to take over heaven. They were naive enough to think that they could take over heaven, right? Well, they still want to. This is because Lucifer bucked the system. The fallen angels bucked the system. They thought they'd be able to go back up. They tried to. They couldn't go back up. Now they're freaking out. Now they want to figure out how to get back out, just because they know for a fact that there's something beyond that. They know for a fact that your physical body is not all there is, right? And they're freaking out, and they have to try to get together, get all the humans to follow them, try to figure out a way to get out of here and buck the system before Yeshua comes back and then brings the wrath with them, right? Like they're trying to figure out how to get out of here, and they're panicking, and they're trying to use humans to do it. That's all it is. So what they did, they told you the story that they go to space and all that stuff. So subconsciously, if only subconsciously, which most of you people are so depraved that you would probably want to go against God if you knew all this stuff to be true. I don't know. But they've gotten everyone cool and complicit, even these supposed Christians, with the idea of going out beyond the firmament, bucking the very creation that was created for them themselves. They don't even know what they're doing, right? We're going to go start a civilization on Mars. Who's Mars? Who's Mars, right? The war god. Every one of these supposed planets are named after deities. This is a giant religion that's being performed right in front of you people, and no one seems to know what's going on unless they take the red pill. And that's why we go out on the front lines taking bullets to make sure everyone knows what the nature of the earth really is, because it's one of the biggest lies that helps open this door to where at least you're now forced to step back and reconsider what's going on. That's why we do it. We do it because it's very important, right? We don't do it for any other reason. So. All right, there you go. Austin, do you think that video that surfaced of Nimrod was real? I've never seen it. I would say no, though. Yes, Colossus of Rhodes is Helios, a.k.a. Lucifer, a.k.a. Nimrod, etc. Exactly. Mr. Anderson crushing per usual. It is the New World Order space. Yeah, but they'll never actually get there. You can't get there. Can't get there. So, I mean, I think that if like a 1/3 god couldn't get there, right, a demigod, like that was a giant. If they couldn't get back up there, I mean, come on, guys. I mean, cast a vote, cast a spell, exactly. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, that's the funniest part, dude. They told people fell for the fact that because Nimrod was like a crazy good hunter, right? And there were bigger animals back there, guys. That's why the whole lie of dinosaurs brought to you by the Royal Society in the 1850s came about, because there were bigger animals, and humans were scared of them, and Nimrod protected them, right? And so like he was the magic hunter that he was able to constantly protect them, and that's why everything that happens in the Second World Order is the same thing that happened in the first one. It's just the same thing cycled in the 21st century form. If it's in the 21st century, no man will know the day nor the hour, not even the angels, but you will know the season. And that's what actually got me closer to God, was him showing me that clearly we're in the season. So you take it or leave it. But I would encourage people to swallow their pride and look for the truth. But yeah, they were so deceived by this guy that they thought that he shot arrows up there, and then just like you said in Jubilees, they thought they were going to bring bows and spears up there and take out God and the angels. Like, how naive could you be, right? And Lucifer, the little secret king, and in his embodiment of Nimrod and all of these demigods that were just fallen rebellious angels that were higher up in the hierarchy, but now they're the lowest. They're the lowest in the luminary hierarchy now, right? They knew that this was a pipe dream, but they're desperate, bro. They've got to figure it out, because Enoch tells you they knew they messed up instantly. They wrote out a petition, like asking God to forgive them. He said, "Nah, bro, you did the one thing you couldn't do. No, your petition has been rejected." So now they are frantically freaking out. So some people ask the question, like, does Lucifer actually think he can win? Do the angels actually think they can win? No. They're just hoping they can somehow pull it off, right? Like Hail Mary time. That's what this is. And if they're going to go out, they're going to go out on top, right? Because there's nothing to lose in their mind. Because, well, no, some of them, I think, have actually realized that they need to repent. And maybe they flipped the script and tried to help. I don't know. Some people theorize some of them have tried to help. I don't think so, or I haven't seen information that says that in the scriptures, so I'm not sure. But like, simply, dude, they don't have, there's no other options. So they're like, oh, Yeshua's coming back, and he's not bringing water this time, guys. He's bringing fire. Okay. Just like if you think that God just going to look past the murder of innocent babies and all the blood on the hands of the countries of the world, certainly America, and there won't be wrath brought upon that, there won't be judgment from that, you people are crazy. And that's just scratching the surface. The depravity is insane. And depravity increases exponentially. So you think, I told everyone 5 years ago, as a lot of people in my chat did, pedophilia is going to become normalized. Pedophilia is going to become normalized. Austin, you're crazy. Pedophilia will never become normalized. Fast forward to now, it's minor attracted person. They add it to the end of the acronym, LGBTQ, whatever, which is a very stupid acronym because the B insinuates there's only two genders. Like, how stupid is that, right? So the next level of depravity is bestiality. So when I tell you people they're going to normalize bestiality, and you're like, what? That's crazy, Austin. What are you talking about? That would never happen. This is what the same blue pill normies said when we told them about pedophilia 5, 6, 7 years ago. This is going to cycle. There's nothing new under the sun. Their thirst became insatiable, and then they turned on to the birds and the creatures, right? And so when you look at all the Egyptian depictions and they have like bird heads and alligator heads, oh, that's just a mythos. None of that's real. Is it? Is it though? Right? So you don't understand the power of genetics that come from something that extends metaphysically beyond the physical vessel. Whenever they choose a physical vessel to plant their seed in, what happens, right? Like, it's something that we can't do. It would blow your mind, right? And of course, the technological advancement and the understandings of the malleable ways that you can manipulate technology here on Earth. I mean, you know, maybe they genetically alter things also, who knows? But truth is stranger than fiction, bro. Like, Gravy doesn't actually care, you know, what you have to say. Statue of Liberty is Lucifer. This is correct. Yeah, the story of America is a mirage. What you're seeing here is a mirage. I should make an intro video with that in there. But talking about like everything in the world instead of like, hey guys, we saw the mountains from 273 miles away, and the top of the mountain should be hidden by a mile of curvature. But I promise, it just loomed up 1 mile and stopped right where it needed to be to look like it was flat, right where the mountain really is. I promise, it's not really there. Like, how stupid is that? Even using infrared, you think it's a mirage? Like, you people are hopeless, bro. This is because you deny God. Let's be real. You don't have eyes to see. Have I read the raw material? I have not. I've looked through the Epic of Gilgamesh, though. They're all telling the same story in different ways. But like all these polytheistic representations, they say it like in a good way, right? They don't act like it was bad. Let me come over and check, make sure there's not any. All right, we're good on the super chats. If anybody's got any questions before I get out of here, hit me. Oh, actually, I need to show y'all something that we're gonna be doing here soon. We're gonna have a flat versus flat debate. So I'm debating someone, and the subject is gravity, because of course when you debate globers, it's just useless. Where's this at? Here it is. But anyway, there you go. Let me get the date. I already forgot, to be honest. But anyway, we're going to be debating gravity. And should be interesting. I don't even know his position on it, to be honest. But we know that obviously what they told us about supposed gravity's BS, we falsified it. Falsification is independent of replacement. We don't actually have to replace it. But should we just sit here and wait? You know, should we just sit here with our hands tied and not ever try to figure out observable phenomena around us? I would say no. Thursday, December 3rd, 6 p.m., Flat versus Flat on QE's channel. He will be moderating. So it will be an actual debate, right? So, yeah, there you go. Check that out. I'll throw a link in the description if he's already got it set up. I'm not sure if he does, but, yeah, should be cool. So check that out. I guess that's like, what, a couple days or something, huh? Anyway, yeah, so that should be cool. And that's about it. Again, Whitsitt at Proton Mail and PayPal is actually should be open. Let me make sure no one sent anything there. But yeah, we're gonna try that out because I think that we can actually get messages that way without the grabblers taking all of it. Of course, I'm sure they're gonna not be very happy about it because they know my name. Of course, what do I expect when PayPal started by Elon? And did Elon he didn't start PayPal anyway. You know, he was gifted it. Oh my gosh. Let's see. What topics do we already have? We have Christmas. We have the Secret Society of Jesus. We have the calendar. We have the missing group of people. There's 4 gravy-filled streams that are coming. I don't want to do any of those a disservice. Although Christmas is, Kiwi said it, like low-hanging fruit. Like if you don't know about that one yet, my goodness. But I guess it's appropriate. There we go. So Whitsitt at Proton Mail. I'm pretty sure no one has sent anything there, but we just make sure. So I don't want to leave anybody hanging. Oh yeah, we're good. So, but so during the streams, I'll update my description with the link. So like if you want to send a message that you can, like if you want to get my take on something, and obviously I can't read all the chats, there's no way. That way you can send a personalized message if you donate money, and I can actually read it for sure, right? As opposed to Cash App. Cash App's super cool because they don't grab all your money, but like they don't let you send messages, you know what I'm saying? So I'll put that in the thing. Let me check out DLive. Geocentrist, you are the man, bro. Thank you for the diamond and the diamond and the diamond. Thank you for all the lemons. Nico Bear, thank you for the diamond. So what you're doing, great kid, much appreciated. Shout out to everybody that has followed on DLive. Oh, there's a gamma bound. All right, let me block him. Delete and mute. Thank you for that. Who's this guy showing? Hey, man, let's stop with the sodomy gifts. Where are you even from, bro? Thank you for the ice cream. Thank you for the ice cream. Kampala 12. You are the man. Oh, someone donated Ninja Genie. Keep crushing us. Thanks for what you do. No problem. Thank you very much. You're awesome. Oh, Geocentrist with 2 Ninja Guineas. Thank you very much, Geocentrist. You're the man. I might be going in past days. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for all that. It's much appreciated. Certainly in the day in which they just want to cripple small businesses, I guess. Let's see here. Just found out about you today, but heard about you through Owen. Keep the crush tide going. Thanks. I don't know how you heard about me through Owen. I don't think he's ever said my name, but thank you for the $5. Keep crushing, well, dude. Much appreciated. I'm too woke. Sometimes I think the same thing. Yeah, I'm wondering the same thing. The RH negative bloodstream is coming, bro. I don't want to do that one a disservice. That's one of the most grabbled pieces of history that there is. Actually, I use the bathroom. I don't want to necessarily just end the stream right now. So I'm just going to play my song again, I guess. I don't know what else to play while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they sipping pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big Pharma set it up, had to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in the field. That's for Israel. Wonder, is it real? Took the way you saw the world, then distorted it. Now you think you wanna rock that twirl somewhere orbiting. Theories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature to mean extorted it. They forging it. If news anchors informants who informing them, there's a surplus, but they tell us plus there are shortages. Credit economy, mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this: we port in ships, important gifts. Of course it is, but extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informing this. It looked like we were snoring tricked. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically, we in a field that's for Israel.
Wonder, is it real? What's up, guys? Sorry to bog y'all down with this song over and over. Thank you, bro. Much love. Chocolate Saints a legend. Actually go sub to him, or you're lame. Remix. 3 billion a year. That's for Israel. I swear I feel like someone wrecks outside of my house every night. Like, what's going on? Thank you, bro. Actually, I did that. I did it on like these headphones. It's not even like quality made, you know. I just did it on headphones, like outside on my front porch. It was because like that hook popped in my head, and I was like, oh, I don't want to forget it, so I just like recorded it real fast, like one take. But I'm glad y'all like it. Chocolate and my boy Eli had to talk me into even putting it out. All right, let's check these off again. Don't want to leave y'all hanging. Great stream. Thank you, bro. Thanks for the ice cream. I just can't get past the part that said, I will bless those that bless, curse the curse. Yeah, but that's the whole trick. That's the whole trick. Like, it says that in Galatians 3:28, that there is no Jew nor Greek, nor bond nor free, nor male nor female. We're all one in Christ, and we all inherit the seed of Abraham. You're grafted in, right? And not everyone from Israel is of Israel. So yeah, the way that I clearly take that is like, those that bless the believers will be blessed, those that curse the believers will be cursed. Beware of those in the end who claim to be Jews, but are in fact synagogue sake. So I don't really see how that can be misunderstood, other than the fact that people don't read the scriptures for themselves and pray for discernment. They just listen to some dude up on a podium that cucks to the government with 503(c). So yeah, there you go. What a convenient thing to throw in there. So that way, no matter what they do, no matter how they subvert our country, we should just bow down to them, right? And isn't it convenient that they tell you that politics is real and all these people disagree on everything, but like they all agree on one thing, and that's subservience to a certain state. So yeah, exactly. That's the Schofield Grabble. Yep, 1909 Schofield Bible. That's where things really went downhill. All right, I guess I'll just recap real fast, like bulletproof or bullet style, and then I'm gonna get out of here. Yeah, why would they lie? Why would they lie? I don't like my verse on there. I sound terrible. I like the verse. I just don't like whatever. The song's a banger though. I know a lot of people don't like rap, but what are you gonna do? I can't sing, you know. Just trying to use my voice the best I can. So let's recap real fast, and then I'm gonna get out of here. So again, there's already been a new world order. It was taken over by Nimrod. Whenever they celebrated the 50th anniversary of the Apollo mission, then what's Apollo's mission? It's to break through the firmament, just like it's always been. And then on the 50th anniversary of the biggest psyop in modern history, where they claim to definitively show you that the Earth's a magic spinning cartoon ball brought to you by Jesuit priest, where water bends around the exterior of a sphere while it spins in a vacuum. They project that rocket, which looks just like a phallic symbol, on the tip of a tower, right? And they put it onto the phallic symbol, which is, of course, about Nimrod. I know this is reiterative, but this is hence the recap part, right? So here you go. This is the first little special boy in physical vessel, right? The first secret king is none other than Lucifer. That's where everyone gets the spirit of the special boys and the secret kings. 1/3 God, 2/3 human. This was an actual archaeological discovery. This is Nimrod, much taller than the tower itself, which is quite interesting. This is another depiction of Nimrod where he's so big he's holding like a grown lion in his hand. We found the tomb. This is, in my opinion, clearly Nimrod. It has nothing to do with Yeshua. Of course, we're not supposed to have graven images or idols anyway, so that should be a big red flag for you anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's a giant statue. This figure's face has been shown all around the world. Again, one of the books removed from the scriptures tells you that the Antichrist will actually be propagated all around the world before he returns or before he shows his face. There's only one person that can fit that description, and it's the false depiction of Yeshua. And then, of course, 13 colonies, been dismembered into 13 parts. It's about the legend of Osiris. And then, of course, there you go. Statue of Liberty, Helios, Christos, tranny. They're real big on trannies. It's really weird. So when people transvestigate, you can't really be mad at them since that's like literally what they practice and believe, right? They needed DNA from Nimrod to clone a host for a spirit to incarnate, so it will be the Antichrist. That's a very interesting take. I've heard that. I don't know about that, though. You sound great. Whitsitt, just rap like you do when you debate. That's fire. Appreciate it, bro. I've decided to chill out on the debates unless they're gonna reach enough people that it's gonna make a difference. I'm not gonna keep debating the same people over and over and over and over and over and over and over. That's why I made the stream, Let the Dead Bury the Dead. And a lot of people I know, they're like, man, debating's useless. These people, blah, blah, but like, I do have a gift of debating, right? Like, since a young age, I can argue my point of an argument pretty well. So, you know, I think everyone's supposed to use their aptitudes for what they're supposed to use them for, right? So, and that's my take on that. Almost filled in the air. Something huge is happening. Oh, you don't say? Didn't they just shut down the whole world because they said air is dangerous? Any answer appreciated? Question above. I'll try and find you. Blackness behind the sun on high altitude balloon footage. Well, it appears that you can only see the stars from certain altitudes. It's as if this place was created so that you can see the stars just where you're supposed to, and it's actually all relative to each individual viewer's optics. You know, like when you look at the Mona Lisa, the little Grabler painting, and you move over here, it looks like her eyes are following you. It's like the stars are like that. They're all tailored to you. And again, using semantics, we can prove that certain frequencies can actually turn water into light. Okay, so separate the heavenly waters from the earthly waters. Well, they're singing praises, which would be a majestic frequency. And if they're in a fluid medium, water, then it would actually become illumination. You can scientifically prove this. It's called semantics. So that's where I stand right now, right? And Enoch was removed, and it tells you straight up that the luminaries are angels that are worshiping God, and they were all put on a certain path, right? Some of them bucked the system, and that's what they call planets. Again, planet means wanderer. There's the wandering stars that buck the system. That's where I'm at. Yeah, exactly. Oh, you'll debate me? I don't know who you are, dude. I have probably 20 dudes a day asking to debate me. Oh, Red for Bear, thank you. Support what you like or it goes away. Well, thank you very much, Red for Bear. She's a legend. Thank you for the diamond. Much appreciated. So the Bible is grabbable. What parts we pick and choose, and here's the authority. No, you don't pick and choose. You go to the original scriptures, and they're very clear what they say. But yes, the Bible's grabbable, as in like they took certain parts of the book out. They removed contextual understanding. Context. They conned the text, bro. Very simple. I think we're good on PayPal. I don't see anything on here. Although I don't put much faith in it. Because, like I said, PayPal kicked me off. Dude, guys, think about this for a second. I have 4,000 subs. 4,000 subs. Right? I'm just some dude that rambles on camera. And apparently thinks the earth is flat, which is crazy. Why? Why would PayPal and Venmo both kick me off at the same exact time when I start making a YouTube channel? And I hadn't even like put videos up yet because like I got 1,000 subs before I made a channel because everyone came over from Globebusters. Why? Why, guys? Why Mr. Smart Globers and Gammas that run? Why? Why? Because they censor truth. Truth is not fear investigation. Why did they attack Owen Benjamin so hard? Because he's telling you truths. He's not scared of the slaughtering sacred cows. He tells you the truth. They know that he's a threat. Certainly with the platform he brought with him, because he's obviously hysterical. So they had to censor him, right? So when you speak the truth, it's offended them. Why you think they censor Owen Benjamin? So there you go. All right, I'll make it out of here. Much love, everybody. Like always, like I say, unplug from the box, just a metaphorical, ideological box. It's used to keep you, consumed in consensus, right? And throughout all of history, the weak people have gathered together with mob mentality and thrown rocks and attacked the strong, independent thinkers. Take pride on it, wear it like a badge of honor, right? Like you don't shy away from those type of people, or you yourself are weak. Take it as a badge of honor, bro. Throughout all of history. I like to invoke Tesla here, but I'm really struggling with accepting that it just appears Tesla might have just been a Grabbler story that was backfiled, but I don't know. We'll get into that some other time. Yeah, BB reminds me of you a little bit. Well, I'll take that as a compliment for sure. BB is a legend. So, I need to make sure I'm not missing anything. It's got many other options besides PayPal and Venmo. Yeah, it's all good. I really hate asking for money, but like, freaking government, man. Everyone just screws over small business owners. It's all good. God's in control. But yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna catch up with you on the flip side. BB stands for Big Bear, which is Owen Benjamin, who's obviously a legend. Let's be real. That's where I found you, Globebusters. Yeah, that's where most people found me, bro. I actually didn't want to even do this. I kind of got pulled into it, right? So I know everything happens for a reason. I don't think a lot of people would have made the same decisions that's led me here as I did, but whatever. All right, I'll do a stream tomorrow. I'm not sure what it's going to be about, but one of the few subjects that I told y'all about. So Gravy incoming. If anyone, I think you need some more mods at DLive. All right, well, what if I just make you a mod right now? We got Brad, you're a mod. We got Gamma's. Of course, Gamma's coming to DLive, flooding the chat. Bunch of losers, bro. Get a life, bro. Like, go get a girlfriend or something. Red for Bear, moderator. I'm going to trust Geocentrist as a moderator, too. There's 3 real fast. If y'all don't mind trying to help me out. Jaronism just donated 1 diamond. Austin equals legend. Wow, thank you very much. Obviously, Jaron is a legend. And he's already a mod. Cool. Thank you, Jaron. Much love, my guy. Nico Bear donated another diamond. Thank you, bro. Much love. Wow, my man's donated another diamond. Thank you, Jaron. Calm down. I appreciate it. If you somehow need to be told to go sub to Jaron, I mean, come on, bro. Go sub to Jaron. Jaronism's obviously a legend. Thank you very much. All right, guys, I'm really going to get out of here. But yeah, awesome streams coming in the soon. Why would they lie? Great stream. Thanks. All right. I guess I'll drop the outro. And yeah, appreciate it. Jaron, you showed up, but then I still got to dip like ranch, my man. But yeah, much love, everybody. Support what you like or it goes away. So go sub to all the legends that I shout out. I don't shout them out for no reason. And hopefully everyone will go follow us over on DLive and hit us with a follow. So we'll be able to keep up with our content once the Grabblers just can't help and can't resist with their hand cramps and start coming after us, the little special boys behind the internet. But let me find this here. So yeah, seek and speak truth unequivocally, never bow down to consensus, and the rest work out. Peace out. Much love.
that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they sipping pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up, had to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in the field. That's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Took the way you saw the world, then distorted it. Now you think you wanna rock that twirl, somewhere orbiting. Theories disproportionate, the truth distorted quick with a forceful grip. They force a misinfo that we absorbing quick. Took the people's signature, the mean extorted it. They forging it, if news anchors informants who informing them. There's a surplus, but they tell us there are shortages. Credit economy mortgages, dollar that's supported with empty fortresses. But what's important is this, we porting ships, important gifts, of course it is. What extortion is in accordance with an assortment list of foreign tricks we ignoring, which informing this, informing this. It looked like we were snoring tricks. Pedophilia and the government endorsing it. Yeah, eugenics is exactly what abortion is. You just vilify those insubordinate. Way to matrix engineer, that's unfortunate. Geopolitically we in a field, that's for Israel. Wonder is it real? Rappers acting say they high, say they sip with pills. Glorify suicide so they get the deals. Big pharma set it up just to flip the pills. Control the music industry until the scripts get filled. Geopolitically, yeah, we in a field, that's for Israel. Wonder is it real?